Hey, Bub, welcome to another episode of the Codex podcast. You may think that's Wolverine, but it's actually me, Sonny Kruger, joined by my usual co hosts, Jamie Wojcik and Tim Morse.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special guest down below. It is glorious and wonderful to have you here, Mr. Logan. Thank you.
You
very
look
much.
like Doodle Bob.
Well, I got ready. There's a few things I'm going to do. I'm like, let me take a stab at some cosplay before I completely shave. And then I was like, let me do Wolverine. And then I was like, I kind of look like I'm going to run for president in 1899.
Yes. Oh, my God.
But then I thought, Wolverine, X-Men, old president, maybe I could even be Sebastian Shaw if I put it down. And then, and Tim, what did you say today earlier about Sebastian Shaw and me?
What did I say? Oh, Sal said you were the 9.8 home edition. But as far as Sebastian Shaw, God, I can't remember. I'm just too busy looking at your face.
Thank you. I think you said I looked like Sebastian Shaw on a rough day.
Oh, yeah, on an off day.
On an off day, but yeah, I'll definitely fix these. And Jamie said, "Sonny, you look like such a handsome Ra's al Ghul." And I said, maybe I'll jump on the Ra's al Ghul too.
I said you look like the demon head.
Oh man, I got it mixed up. I thought you said that it looked like a very handsome Ra's al Ghul, but I mean, I'll take the compliment either way. But yeah, so for one week, a few days like this, and I said, let me jump on the podcast.
Yeah, right, fine. I'm not looking at you still. I
No
can't, because if I do, I'm not gonna be able to stop laughing.
I will.
We had one of the most fun pre-shows today, and that was a lot of fun, a lot of comments, and yeah. But quickly, last week, today we will be reviewing Secret War. We will be having a certain ice cream join the F list, but I did want there you go, Timmy Secret War right there, which features a guy that I look a lot like,
Matt Murdock.
Is that Welbs?
Nick Fury?
Maybe next week, Nick Fury. We'll see. Tune in next week for the Codex.
I'm gonna tell Maria just to poke him in the eye.
I really lost it, guys. I really need this patch eye. But last week's F list was Man Mountain Marco. There was one thing I forgot to tell you guys.
Oh God!
About the sicko Man Mountain Marco, and that it was that he was a relatively successful singer for a while, and that while he was on tour in Europe, when he was coming back from his tour from Europe, on a plane, he started harassing the passengers. And then he got into a fight with Dazzler, and she did defeat him.
I knew Dazzler was going to be in there as soon as you started talking about singers.
Yep, so there you go. The fight of the singers, and Man Mountain Marco did lose to Dazzler. But yeah.
So both now, in the charts and in a fight.
Exactly.
Sing off, bro. You and me right now. What are you doing? It's a sing off, bro.
Distracting you.
No. Distracting you, big dummy.
So he can remain in that F list. But yeah, so today, guys, we don't have much comic news. We do got a little bit of things, but before we get into our quick little rundown, Jamie has a rundown on something to give you all a little more energy. So maybe you'll even end up doing this to yourself.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, go check out Dubby Energy. You can find them at dubby.gg. Save yourself 10% on any order using the keyword codex, CODE-X at checkout. And they do have a new flavor, Calio Cream, which I'm very excited about. And Tim loves when I say it like that. I don't know why.
So majestic.
It's a passion thing for him. But also, guys, if you haven't gotten a chance yet, go check out thecodexstation.com. Your one-stop shop for everything Codex. Get some merch, meet the team, let us know what you like, don't like, and find all of our socials so you have no excuse not to find us on any of your favorite streaming or podcasting platforms.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And we got a great old Patreon going.
Yes, we do.
Maybe I should do something quick with this. Maybe I should make a quick video. But you gotta
there you go.
Be on our Patreon to get that.
Right there.
Yep.
So all you do is scan that with your smartphone, and it'll take you straight to our Patreon for a cheap cup of coffee. You guys can. Yeah. Okay. You guys can sign up for us. There are two tiers. There's $3 tier, and then there's a $7 tier, which have a bunch of exclusives coming straight from us for you. So go check it out if you guys get a chance. Be nice if you guys just check it out. You guys don't have to jump in. We're not asking you to, but every little bit helps. The little podcast they could.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you're definitely getting a lot for your buck. I mean, when I first looked, I was almost going to be like, guys, I think we should lower it. We're giving too much. But then I'm like, okay, we'll keep it.
We're
giving a lot.
Do a shout out. I think you're doing a little too much. You need me to jump on when I'm not scheduled.
need me to recommend somebody else shaves their facial hair in a certain way, like certain characters, because I'll do
Yeah,
it.
you got issues, bro. But shall we get into the actual rundown?
Yes.
Okay, so there was a third installment. The third installment of the Hellboy movie has wrapped, and also Frank Miller released a certain cover of Wolverine, and there it is.
Well, I don't even
And
need the cover
gonna-
because if anyone needs a photo reference, they just need to look down.
Right there.
if I knew there was going to be that great cover, I would have like not slept so that I could truly have the bags under the eyes. Yeah, so that is a Frank Miller variant cover that was Ghost Rider and Wolverine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go.
Weapons
once
of
again.
Vengeance.
I don't know what that is, but
Like it looks like his fingernails are where the blade should be, and vice versa. Like it just his fingers just don't connect.
that is, yeah, that's
Sunny, just like yours.
I
not
can't get over
doing
the
it.
face.
It looks very familiar, doesn't it?
Not like me.
It's uncanny. See what I did there?
Astonishing.
Yeah. And then one thing that we're talking about, we will not give the spoiler away, just so we don't want to get anybody worried about it, but something's going on today, and that is that with that Spider-Man 26 release, there's a
Ooh.
huge thing that happens, and there's
Ooh. If
spoiler.
anyone wants to know, though, all you got to do now, literally, is go to Google, type in comic book news, and it is the second thing, and it tells you exactly who it is.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so there's a huge spoiler in that. Yeah, so we won't spoil it, but that Spider-Man 26 does come out on May 31st. So
Reddit spoiled it, and Bleeding Cool, Jamie's least favorite news reporting website, also spoiled it.
Was it Bleeding Cool that spoiled it?
Yep.
Let me find out.
I think more and more things are spoiling it, like with each hour. But yeah, so anybody, be careful if you don't want to know what happens in Spider-Man 26. Be careful of social media, and like you said, all your websites, your Bleeding Cools, and all those sites.
First off, I hate Bleeding Cool, but this is
More stuff's gonna
AIPT that spoiled it.
So that's another one.
Yeah.
It's all over the place now. Can't get away from it unless you shut your phone off.
Yeah, I don't know how everyone got this information, but kudos to them for being the lowest lanes of our time.
From my understanding, the initial spoil was done on Reddit. Somebody got an advanced copy somehow, some way, took a screenshot of what took place and threw it up there, and it just spread from there.
Yeah, even I said, I'm like, I'm gonna find out anyway. So I did see it. Tim, you saw it, and
I did
earlier.
Unfortunately. So I have opinions on spoilers. I'm not a fan of them at all. I think that you can be a grown-up and not spoil things. Not even make mention if you know something. Just let people find out for themselves and be happy or upset of their own accord. Spoiling stuff early sucks. I had that done when I went and saw The Force Awakens. I've had it done for Endgame and other things too, and it was just ridiculous. There's no reason to do it. There's no reason to even hint that it's something different than what you know or anything like that. Just keep it to yourself and then engage in conversation the day the issue releases. Do that. I mean,
yeah, at least just ask them like, hey, did you check it out yet? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's talk about it. Or if you someone's not gonna check it out, just say, hey, I am fine with you telling me. Don't have to put it on social media. Guess what happened, everybody?
Right.
Yeah. I have a rule with friends and family, and Tim, you know this rule. If it comes out and it's been 2 weeks and you still have not seen it and you're complaining about spoilers, I'm going to tell you the movie or the comic panel by panel or frame by frame.
After 2 weeks, yeah,
because you do not have a say or a choice in that matter to me anymore. I know people that are like, I'm not doing anything till I see it. And I'm like, well, when are you seeing it? When it comes on Disney Plus. Well, guess what happens? Here's the list. Like, you're not going to tell me I'm a bad person because you want to wait something out.
Yeah.
You are a bad person. I want to wait out. Don't tell me what's going to happen.
Well, I can tell you what is not going to happen is that Sonny's going to get any acting gigs.
Don't spoil Wakanda Forever for me.
Oh, you mean when Ironheart becomes Iron Man? It's great.
Wow, spoilers.
Oh man.
They went
I
from
know
calling
there's
her
a
Riri
show,
Williams to Riri.
I haven't even read that comic book yet. How could you do this, Jamie?
I know. I own it, and it came out only 4 years ago. So.
Oh my god, I'm not even caught up. That's
ridiculous.
Sounds like a normal response from our Tim Morse.
I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to my world, bro.
Fair enough.
I wake up every day with that.
I wake up every day feeling very good. Even when I'm like, who's that guy in the mirror? Yesterday, I keep looking past the mirrors and reflections. And
look down. I just looked down.
That's me. Look down.
Oh my god, because you went like this, and I went,
huh?
Oh,
that's wonderful.
Yeah, I still keep surprising myself.
Isn't it glorious, Jamie? Just look at it one good time. Give it.
You ever like see someone and automatically think they're not allowed within 500 feet of a school zone? Like, spoiler alert.
I look like a legendary Marvel character. One right there.
No,
and if I put my hair back, then I'll be.
This is him.
Shaw. That is Wolverine by a legendary artist named Frank Miller.
That's right.
But yes, back onto the news. What do you call it? So yeah, it is spoiled for ASM. Was it 26?
Yep.
If you guys want the spoils, go check it out. All you gotta do is type in literally comic book news, and it's the first one that pops up, which is atrocious to me. But on the other hand, something that we did not know, that we did not need, that we don't want, but we're getting anyways, Hellboy, the third reboot, is finally wrapped.
Yep.
And I need to do a little research right now because I don't even know who's in it.
I don't know either. That's how much I care.
I think we talked about it for like 2 seconds on the show, and all of our consensus was like, we don't care. It's Ron Perlman or someone else.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't even see the other one.
Yeah, let's find
John
out.
Harper,
I did.
One from Stranger Things. I didn't see it.
Was it any good?
Yeah, how was that?
I thought it was decent, especially the fights. The opening I wasn't too fond of, but the rest of it was pretty good.
Okay, on a scale from sideburn Sunny to bearded Sunny, what do you rate it?
I give it a. Did I just do this on accident, or was this on purpose?
So kind of like how I was first feeling as I was shaking yesterday.
Yeah. The movie is called The Crooked Man.
Is that the one?
And it is starring Jack Kesey, Jefferson White, and Adeline Rudolph.
Okay.
Jack Kesey, I believe, is going to be Hellboy, who, well, I mean, with makeup and prosthetics and all that stuff, he's got it.
Yeah, so I don't know if anyone is excited for this. I think this is one of those moments where it's like the Fantastic Four, where it's like, just let the franchise die for a minute.
He played Black Tom Cassidy in Deadpool 2, if anybody needs visual reference.
So...
Yeah. And then he'll look different because we're playing Hellboy. So
I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna see it regardless. I know that's one of the characters or comic character of the week that we're gonna be doing here very, 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 very shortly.
Nice.
So it'd be good to go into it with some knowledge of the movie as well. But how do you guys feel about it? Are you guys actually gonna see it? Are you guys gonna wait? Are you guys gonna be like you just did to me right now, where you're like, well, how was the second reboot?
I
have that and then wait.
Yeah, I have not even seen the remake with David Harbour, whatever his name is. Yeah, the guy from Stranger Things. I haven't even seen that yet, and I'm not rushing out to get it. It's been on sale on digital multiple times. I think it's on sale right now for $4.99, and I bought Reign of Fire instead. But
good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I just have no desire to see it. I like the Ron Perlman stuff. I'll watch it eventually. I still have yet to see Bloodshot. But yeah.
Oh, no one's seen Bloodshot.
Yeah, no. That one's very far down the list.
Yeah, it's all about family with that one. And you need
go.
to be family in order to watch it.
Yeah. And I was hearing that it doesn't really stay true to the comics. So
it has nothing to do with the comics. Yeah. They should have just been like, guy gets shot in chest, Bloodshot.
Done. Yeah, so I won't be rushing out to go see that. I'll pass.
And I'd like to see a trailer too. Like I don't want to put it down like, oh, completely nothing. Like right now I'm not too interested, but a trailer could change my mind. I could suddenly be like, oh my gosh, I need to see this. Let me paint my face red for the next episode.
There you go. Get some traffic cones and put them on your head and shave them down.
But on to the next bit of news, and that is what we've shown as what Sonny looks like in his reference here. Frank Miller has done the variant for Ghost Rider Wolverine, Weapon of Vengeance, right? Yep, Weapons of Vengeance.
Yeah.
We were talking briefly about it, but I can't get over how something like that can get published.
Right.
And I don't care if your name is the biggest name in this world. There's a time when it's time to put the pencils and everything down and just admit that you're a better storyteller now. I think that same thing goes for Romita Jr. on Amazing Spider-Man as well. Everyone's like, oh, it's getting better. I'm like, he looks like the totem from Night at the Museum. Like, gum gum from my dum dum. Like, you can't, at some point, like, you want sales if you attach a name to it. That's awesome, but make sure they can do the work in it still.
Right.
Yeah.
With Romita Jr., I think his cover work is really good, but his interiors are very subpar. And that Frank Miller, could you throw that up one more time, Jamie?
Oh, of course, it's Sunny.
It's just, it's not, like you said, it's time to put the pencil down. That should have never made it past, regardless of name, that should have never made it to print.
Like, if you look at the right side of the screen at his, like, right hand, it looks like he's got 4 claws realistically.
Yeah.
And it's not, but it's the shading of his knee. Like, they use the same color.
It's just not, it's not good. I mean, it's sad to see, right? Because Frank Miller was an amazing artist a while ago, but not anymore.
I can't get over that face.
I mean, because it's uncanny. It looks like someone we know right now.
The similarities.
Well, his are more below. More up here.
He took his inspiration. He just doesn't know how to shave his own hair.
Oh my God. Looks like he's got a big star on his head.
Yeah. But I think that covers everything that was newsworthy for this week.
Yeah. Quick news week. Yeah.
Speaking of characters who just don't fit the mold, Sonny.
Oh, yeah. So we have a new F-lister, and today the man who joins the F-list is Ice Cream. And there he is, Ice Cream. Look at that. See half of a body, and the other half is ice cream. And
is that really his power?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. There he is. Okay. Jamie, what do you think is the story behind Ice Cream?
Give me a second here. I'm just trying to figure out a name. Young Willie.
Young Willie
was always a fan of ice cream, but his parents always said, we have ice cream at home, as the ice cream truck went by. This turned into an addiction for Willie. Always chasing the ice cream man, but never getting to that last point of finally ordering his ice cream because there's ice cream at home. One day he had a great concept of beating the ice cream man to the punch and literally followed his steps, did some Batman interrogating, finding out what his route is, what times he's going to be there, how he's going to be there. So Willie, with his own key, scene of observation, tracked him down and got in front of the ice cream truck and went to go stop the ice cream man. But the ice cream man was too busy eating his own ice cream and didn't see Willie and hit Willie in a horrible, horrible accident. At this time, because, you know, we all love the 80s, he was also carrying high-grade chemicals in the back next to the ice
cream. Keep going. This is getting good. In a freak ice cream truck accident, young Willie was
kind of like Daredevil.
High-grade plutonium.
Yeah. So it hits him, and the ice cream's laying all over him, all melted, and then the chemicals just drip onto poor little Willie. And as it does, he starts to become one with the ice cream. And from that moment on, he had a vendetta against any hero that loved ice cream. And so he called himself Ice Cream.
Wait, ice cream? I'm lactose intolerant.
Well, you're going to die.
Sherbet's the same, but without dairy.
Poor little Willie.
That could possibly be the truth, because there's not much known about his story. Could you show that first picture again? Okay, there is. And then I have what he said in that part. He said he was thinking to himself. He said, "Calm down, ice cream." With but a twist of the dial on my unstable molecule chest refrigeration unit, I can melt under any obstacle. Lickety banana split.
Wow.
And that's so just
I forgot to mention he uses ice cream puns when he does this.
Oh yeah.
What
there
is
isn't
his
too
first
much.
appearance?
This is his first and only appearance.
What issue number? I'm buying this one.
So okay, this is if you want this one and only issue with the man Ice Cream. First of all, Ice Cream has no name. He has no real name, so he might be Young Willie, Jamie.
That's what I'm saying.
Your story might be real. He was created by Alan Cupperbug, and his first and only appearance is in Obnoxio the Clown #1.
Wow.
January 1983.
Wow.
See, I got the 80s right.
Yeah, so see,
because it looks like a straight out of the 80s comic.
Yeah, and he's a mutant. Yeah, his name is unrevealed. Yeah, his unusual features is that he can turn into ice cream, but keep in mind also a banana split, like he said.
Lickety split.
Yeah, lickety banana split. But he wanted to go after the X-Men, and he, at the time, and that Obnoxio the Clown, Professor X hired Obnoxio to be the clown for Kitty Pryde, and suddenly Ice Cream got into the danger room, and he used this to pretty much have the X-Men fight Obnoxio. Yada yada, not much going on with his story. Ice Cream was detected by Xavier, but the signal seemingly overloaded, which exploded, knocking Professor Xavier unconscious. From
As
there,
it does.
yeah.
God almighty.
So
Xavier, where do you find these characters, Sonny?
Looking at just horrible characters, yeah. So Xavier regained consciousness from the cerebral overload and managed to lower the temperature of the danger room booth where Ice Cream was hiding, and then it turned him into a frozen ice block. And then Obnoxio the Clown took that frozen ice block as a sundae and took his leave, and that is it. So that was how he was defeated. Xavier just basically turned up the air, made him cold. He turned to an ice block.
Ice Cream only fights in the spring and the summer.
Yeah, and he has never been seen again. After that one time, he was done. Yep. And his equipment is an unstable molecule chest refrigeration unit.
Wow.
There isn't much to him. Like I said, one appearance, lost to. So to this day, if it was 1983, so here we are, 40 years later, he might still be an ice block, or maybe he's melted. Who knows? But Ice Cream.
He's the iceberg that took down the Titanic.
Oh my God.
He might be. Titanic. They've been saying that they want to set another Titanic to go sail. Maybe they will run into Ice Cream. But guys, yeah, there isn't much to him. He was around one issue 40 years ago. He's gone. Do you think that Ice Cream can make it out of the F list? Will he make it out of the F list? Will he ever even return again?
Return is imminent. Like, it needs to happen.
Hashtag bring back Ice Cream.
Yeah. As for him getting out of the F list, I just don't. I don't see it happening lickety split.
No.
But yeah, it. I don't know. Stranger things have happened in life.
You can't really do much against anybody,
right?
Turn to Ice Cream.
If it's wintertime, sorry, Jack o' Lantern, I can't go out and fight Spider-Man today. It is below 32, so I'm staying home.
Yeah. And that, I mean, I know I got the Wolverine sideburn, so I don't mean to talk too tough. But this is a villain I think we could actually all beat in a fight because he literally returned to Ice Cream, and then I'll just eat him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because there's not much to him. He's just going to turn to Ice Cream on you.
Yeah.
It's the only person he could give a good fight to is if it was someone who was lactose intolerant and he literally jumped down their throat.
Him and Hydro Man could fight, right? They'd mix together. That'd be it.
Yeah, but wouldn't Hydro Man just kind of put him out with all
just
the water?
Dilute him.
Yeah, there you go. Done. Beaten him once again.
Yeah.
Darn it, subpar molecules and lower temperatures.
Anybody with fire would melt him. He really can't do much to Iceman because
he'd freeze him.
He'd freeze, yeah.
Yeah, done.
So there you go. He's a weak character, and I don't see Ice as much as I love Ice Cream. I don't see Ice Cream as ever getting out of the F list, and I'm unsure if we'll ever even see this character make an appearance again. Maybe he'll be in like a Deadpool or something more silly, but yeah. Maybe the Blob will accidentally eat him.
He's like number one scene.
And don't forget our other F lister, Pink Pearl. Maybe she will eat him.
There you go. Maybe they're best friends.
Yeah.
Just
She eats him,
maybe.
she poops him out, and then he comes back to life.
That's disgusting.
Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo.
I love me.
The F list is definitely one full of some nasty characters.
Sometimes he's running, sometimes he's.
All right, guys, do you know?
No.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing. Yeah. We'll be having some ice cream later on. Summer will be coming up soon, but I think it is time to leave this F lister of ice cream in the back in his frozen ice cube.
Oh my God.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, guys, do you know where you can get discounted comics and covers that we've shown throughout this and like the review we're doing today?
Oh, tell us.
Please, I need to know.
I can do one better. I can show us.
Ooh.
Everyone, if you're anything like me, you love comics, but you also love a good deal. And our friends over at Heroscornercomics have just the deal for you. From exclusives to back issues, graded slabs, current issues, and even set up a subscription with them. And all you have to do is use the keyword codex at checkout. That's CODEX, and you will save 20% store-wide. So don't miss out. And don't forget, they also have the Codex bundle. That's 3 Heroes Corner Comics exclusives for $30, and the keyword does work on that as well. Also set up your subscription with them, and they package amazingly. So definitely go check them out if you guys get the chance.
Very much so.
Guys, I saw Ice Cream Man in that preview video, and that made me think of, I'm like, how did we not mention maybe if Ice Cream can jump on to another publisher, maybe he can team up with Ice Cream Man.
Marvel will never let their intellectual properties go, good or bad.
Yeah, even if it's Ice Cream who had one appearance,
that's right.
They'll never let him go.
Trademarked, copyrighted, and registered.
Yes, sir. But let's get into the nitty gritty of Do You Know? And I don't have the show notes up, so who's going first, honey?
It is Jamie. It is you, then me, and then Tim.
Okay. So, all my questions are based off characters from what we're reviewing today.
Okay.
In Secret War. So, my first question is, we all know who Iron Fist is as of right now. But do you know who was the first to helm the Iron Fist?
The Ancient One.
I keep seeing the Ancient One, so I can't do anything else, and I'm gonna have to go with the Ancient One.
There's been many ancient ones since the Ancient One.
The one from Doctor Strange.
No, it is actually Quan Yazoo. He was the very first trainee in Kunlun and became the very first Iron Fist, only to leave after seeing how Kunlun was being ran. And then later, Iron Fist moniker was passed down from person to person.
Until it got to Danny.
Yeah.
Nice.
But he was ancient, so he's old.
Yeah, there you go. We were half right, Sonny.
As old as that joke.
It's new and fresh, just like this. All right. Now on to my question. Let me make sure I ask it right.
He's getting so close to the screen.
I know. Is that Bagley?
So this does go with our story that we're reviewing today, and it's Secret War. So my question for you is, do you know which character did Brian Michael Bendis pitch a story around from Marvel Knights?
Daredevil.
He pitched the story or he wrote the story?
He pitched it.
Luke Cage.
Boys, both good guesses, but it was Brian Michael Bendis pitched a story for Nick Fury. The Marvel Knights series, but it was never picked up and never produced.
Interesting.
We're doing so well right now.
Right? You guys are about to get this one. Maybe. I
feel like the next two I have, you guys are going to get.
I hope so.
Okay. So, gentlemen, the Marvel Age of Comics. Do you know what comic officially started the Marvel Age?
I would say the Fantastic Four #1.
I was thinking the same thing because I was going to say it was going to be the Marvels issue with Johnny Storm on the cover, but I got Fantastic Four 1.
Good job, gentlemen. You know your history. Fantastic Four #1 came out in 1961, and that officially started the Marvel Age or the Marvel era of comics. Way to go.
Yeah.
Now I can breathe.
Right.
Round two.
Fight. So we've all seen Black Widow throughout the ages, from the MCU to different issues to a variety of different shows.
Mhm.
But do you know what was Natasha Romanoff's very first appearance in comics? We're right here, Sonny.
Amazing. Sonny,
okay.
Go ahead. I think I know the answer, but I'll let you answer first.
Okay, then I'm just gonna say Avengers #3.
Amazing Spider-Man #84.
You both are wrong. It is actually Tales of Suspense issue number 52.
We were close.
It was an Iron Man story, and it was the backup.
Oh, interesting.
She was playing it was like an epilogue in the back, and she was playing the Russian spy.
Ooh.
To think how big she has come.
Yeah.
From a backup story to a major character.
Your own movie and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm glad to see her doing well. And now for my question. My next question is, all right, so we were talking about Secret War. Gave you a question about Nick Fury, so we're going to stick on to old Nick Fury. So my question for you guys is, do you know, how does Nick Fury stay young?
Life model decoys.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Both good guesses, guys. But Nick Fury stays young by taking the Infinity Formula. It's a serum created by Dr. Berthold Sternberg. So that's how he stays young.
Right on.
Yeah. Like you said, Tim uses all those.
I just thought he Hasselhoffed it.
Don't hassle the Hoff. Okay, question number 2. Gentlemen, Captain America is right there, kicking some major tail. But do you know what issue did Captain America officially join the Avengers?
Avengers #4.
The price is low, Bobby. I think it's Avengers #3.
You should have stuck with Sonny, Jamie. It's Avengers #4. 1963 is when Captain America officially joined the Avengers. That is also the issue they discovered him frozen in ice.
Okay. I should have went with Sonny, but I don't want to make it sound like I keep taking Sonny's answers.
Take his answers. They're winning right now.
If I keep having this good luck, I may just have to keep these.
There you go.
The good luck sideburns.
All right. So we're going to get back into this a little bit, and we're going to talk about Jessica Jones.
Ooh.
Before she was the PI, just known as Jessica Jones, she was also a superhero in a costume. What was her superhero name?
Miss Breaking Bad.
God, I can see the costume right now. Diamond Head. I don't know.
You were so close, Tim.
Oh,
because it had something to do with diamonds. It was her superhero name was Jewel.
Ah, come on.
That's a good guess, man.
Oh, because in the TV show, her best friend, who is Hellcat eventually, holds up the suit, and she's like, "Really? Come on, no."
Yeah, and then she says, "I'm never gonna be Jewel again" in the show. All right, Sonny.
Okay.
So that was. Oh yeah, now we're on to my question. Okay, boys. We saw quite a bit of super villains in this story of Secret War. So my question for all of you: one of the characters we saw was Grim Reaper. Do you know which Marvel superhero is Grim Reaper's sibling?
Ooh, I do know. Go ahead, Jamie.
I don't like that. Go first.
Wonder Man. Take my
Just
answer.
because of process of elimination here. I'm gonna go Wonder Man as well.
It is Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Grim Reaper, Eric Williams, is the brother to Wonder Man, Simon Williams.
Jamie, you are now tied with Sonny. I am 1 point behind.
That's all I needed.
Okay.
To you.
My third and final. Let's see here, gentlemen. Spider-Man is in this story, The Secret War. But do you know in what year, publication year, in what year did Spider-Man reveal his identity to the world? Publication year.
2010.
Counting on you, Jamie.
I feel
Beat
like it's
Sonny.
I feel like it's before that because he's given up his identity before.
But this is when he did it to the entire world.
1998.
No. Do you know the event?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
it was 2000. Was it 2002?
2006
Right.
in Civil War #2.
But then he got it all erased. No one knew who he was, so that doesn't
Right?
count.
In that story that Tim loves, right?
Yeah. Bad day, one bad day, one crappy day. So there you go. Jamie and Sonny tied with 2. I got on the board with 1.
Yes.
All right.
So there you go. Do you know in the books? It was a fun one. And now we move on to our review of Secret War. You know, as usual, I'm your host, Sonny, joined by my co-hosts, Jamie and Tim. And this week, Tim picked out Secret War. And as usual, I will have Tim start everybody out with the credits.
Yeah, so Secret War, Marvel's Secret War, was written by Brian Michael Bendis, painted, meaning all art, inks, colors, all that stuff, by Gabriel Delato, and letters by VC's Corey Petit.
Okay, I'll give us a little run through of this story. In the beginning, we see Luke Cage. He's with Jessica Jones, and he, is attacked by a mysterious female being. We don't know who it is, but she attacks him and puts him in a coma. This brings on Nick Fury, and obviously he goes to see him, and he feels very responsible for it. Even Captain America comes, and he blames Nick Fury. So we bring it back 1 year ago, and Nick Fury was finding out, there was supervillains that were getting all these. They were wondering who is funding all these supervillains, and Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D., they find out that all the money was coming from Lucia von Bardos from Latveria. So when Nick Fury goes to the president of the United States, whom we cannot see, he's more of a, like in the shadows, he tells him what's going on, and the president pretty much brushes it off. So Nick Fury decides to put a team together. And this team he gets is Wolverine, Daredevil, Spider-Man, Captain America, Black Widow, and Luke Cage. But then he also has a young lady by his side, Daisy Louise Johnson. And the other one, what's going on? And Nick Fury says this is a secret war. So they look to dethrone the Latvian government. And because of that, suddenly that's why all these superheroes who were involved in this were being targeted, like Luke Cage. Even there's a part when Jessica Jones, she calls her lawyer, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and Spider-Man goes to see him, and they are both attacked by some more supervillains. And eventually, so each of these characters who were involved in this secret team that Nick Fury put together, they're being attacked. They do get together, and eventually they do find out that their memories are pretty much wiped from them from this event because they could not remember it. Even, Spider-Man's like, I'm having these dreams. They seem so real. And then eventually, they said they find out what was going on. And we get to the point where all of these supervillains, so many of them, team up together, like Grim Reaper, Scorpion, Shocker, Lady Octopus, Lady Dr. Octopus, and many others go to attack all the superheroes. And this is when Captain America and Nick Fury, everybody says, okay, time to call in for some backup. And that is when a huge war ensues, and that is with that picture behind Tim, as you can see the Fantastic Four jump in. And for me, that was the highlight of the story. But with that huge battle, I said, they're taking out many of the supervillains, but then who comes back, and it is Lucia von Bardos. And she is not so pretty anymore, and she is mean, and she is ugly, and she wants revenge. And that is where I will stop my little run through of this story called Secret War. For me, I enjoyed Secret War. The story had me wondering what's going to happen next. What is this big secret they keep going back to? 1 year, what did Nick Fury get everybody to do? And for me, the artwork was big. I really liked their artwork. Every now and then, there would be a little point where I wasn't too excited
Sonny,
about it.
do you recognize the artist?
Did the artist also do X-Force? Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So at points I could see it. I could see the X-Force in it, which I do enjoy. But for some reason, this time around, I wasn't too keen on Wolverine's appearance, and Spider-Man's a little bit. I think Spider-Man's eyes seemed a little too small. Something on Wolverine seemed a little too undone. But I really enjoyed a lot of it. Most of the artwork really stood out, especially the battle scene. Sometimes the darkness really went well with the tone of the story. I did really like it. It was cool to see Nick Fury take the lead on a big story with all of these, big names. But for me, one thing I wasn't too excited about, I didn't really like Wolverine's portrayal, how, especially on the plane ride when they were getting all of this secret team together, he was just a drunk buffoon harassing the stewardess, and Captain America had to say, hey, you better settle down. So I didn't like seeing Wolverine like that. But like I said, I was enjoying the story. I really wondered what's going to happen. But I did feel the ending was a bit of a letdown. I didn't think it was that huge event. Like I said, issue number 4. This is a 5-issue series. 4 for me was the big battle, and in 5 I'm expecting even more. And then I was like, oh wow, it didn't live up to what I want from the ending of an event. And I did feel that Daisy was too powerful. I felt her being super powerful almost kind of took away some of the excitement and wondering, like, oh, can they win? Because she's just super powerful. But I did enjoy it. I would recommend it, especially if you're a Nick Fury fan. I definitely recommend it for Nick Fury fans. I did love the artwork. I think this is a very good story. For me, I give Secret War an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, that's a very respectful grade there.
All right, Jamie, how about you? What did you think of this Secret War?
So I did, like you said, you had a lot of good points. So I did love the art in this. There were a couple things that could have been fixed up, but overall the art was great. Story was driven issue to issue. It made you wonder, hey, what's gonna happen? Issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, going into the end. My favorite point though, after the war, was where Cap literally takes Nick Fury and goes, "I told you this was gonna happen." And I was like, oh, he's gonna kill Nick Fury. Like, oh, Cap is gonna kill the Fury. Like, this is insane. But it takes a few characters to make a good story. This had a cavalcade of characters from past to at that time present. And I feel like somehow throughout that whole thing they got lost in translation. Like Sonny had alluded to, I felt like Daisy was just overpowered, and it did take away from a lot of what we were gonna see going forward. But yeah, if you're looking for the Nick Fury aspect of it, this is a Nick Fury story, and this is one that you should definitely check out. The writing though just kind of irked me so much. I expect more. Put it that way. When you have all these,
especially from Bendis,
yeah. When you have this whole, because technically this is an event, and it wasn't written as an event. I felt like it was just written as a one-off that we're never gonna see or hear about in the future again. And with that, I give the writing a 6, but I give the art an 8. So overall, I give this a 7.
Okay.
And you know how I feel about solid numbers. So
very true.
Dan, what about you? You picked this story?
We definitely read a different story, or at least it responded differently to me. So I think that this is one of Marvel's forgotten events. When it came out, I don't think it was
an event.
Right. When it came out, I don't think it was a major summer blockbuster event. I think this was just, like Devil's Reign. That wasn't a major intercompany crossover event, even though there were certain things that went along with it, right? Secret War was just there, and it was good. I loved it when it came out. What you both said is 110% correct. This is a Nick Fury story. And if you're looking for a good Nick Fury story, this is it. In this story, he manipulates, he takes advantage, he wipes heroes' memories, and with Wolverine, you don't do that. And I think there was a portion in here where when Wolverine found out, he went after Fury. But my favorite
You don't mess
part,
with my mind.
yeah, exactly. My favorite part, though, is when Captain America got him, right?
Yeah.
And he went in there and grabbed him by the collar and shook him, and Nick Fury was like, "Stand down, Captain." And Captain America's like, "No, like you said, Jamie, I told you this was gonna happen." And
that was probably the best part of that whole book for me.
it was so amazing to see Captain America, who already stands solid on his virtues and morals and all that stuff, but when that certain line is crossed, it doesn't matter who his superior is, he's going to go over there and let him know exactly how he feels.
Yeah.
But I thought the story was amazing. I agree that some of the writing kind of fell off a little bit, but I think with the whole scope of what it was and just how under the radar it flew, this story still reads very, very well to me. The artwork is the standout for me. Gabrielle Delato's work. When I read X-Force, Sonny, the one that you recommended, that was beautiful then, and what he did here was absolutely gorgeous. I think that carries over more than what Bendis did, and I think this was Bendis coming into his prime or right after with New Avengers and things like that. So I love the story. I think it's amazing. I love the artwork. I think it's wonderful and gorgeous. This is a Nick Fury story through and through, and I give this a very solid 10 out of 10. I highly recommend it to everybody. I think this is something that you should read and buy and enjoy and read again, because there's so much that you can discover as you go through it a second time.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about this too, is like when we do these reviews, it's always great to see everyone's different aspirations for a book and what they're getting themselves into. Like you picked it because you absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
We saw flaws as soon as we opened the first page. Like,
yeah,
and it stuff like that hits. But like I said, that scene was that was a 2-page with
What?
Captain Fury.
Like right in the beginning?
No, when he's like, I told you this was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was the pinnacle of the book for me, and it stood with me, and that's the thing. I think I'm always, when you say Secret War, that's the thing I'm always gonna remember. And it's sad because there should have been so many more.
Right.
It was a big event book. It had all these high players in it, even if they're street level,
top tier Marvel characters.
Yes, and you're not doing what you should with them, and all I'm gonna remember is him pinning Nick Fury against the wall, being like, I told you this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen now.
I like it when our ratings are kind of all over the place, because you see, like in this instance, I love the book, but Jamie, you gave it the lowest score, and 7's not even a bad score.
No,
7's a great score, and Sonny gave it an 8, and I love the differences. Like you said, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, like last week actually, we switched. I had 10 last week. Tim, you had 8, and then Jamie's yours are similar today, a little bit higher, but we said our opinions. One part I did like at the end, like I said, I know I was like, I didn't feel the ending was that big, but one part I really liked in the last issue was the flashback scene when Nick Fury was, telling of all the secrets, and it was flashing back through this through the scenes that we saw throughout the story. I did enjoy that scene.
Nice. Well, that's great, guys. 10 out of 10 from me, 7 out of 10 from Jamie, and 8 out of 10 from Sonny. Right on.
There you go. Secret War is in the books, in a secret book. And now it is time for me to pick the next story arc we will be reviewing, probably in about 2 weeks. And the story I pick for everybody is, well, first I say, everybody, let's There'll be somebody. There'll be a naked man. There'll be a silver man. There'll be a man surfing in the cosmos. And my story for us to review is the Silver Surfer, the Herald Ordeal.
Ooh, what issue numbers is that?
It is Silver Surfer issues 70 to 75.
Oh.
So that is what my next pick is.
Awesome.
I love Marvel Cosmic.
Wonderful. I'm very interested to review this one with you guys.
Have you read it already?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
This one I've already read. And yeah, then I'm sure next week maybe we'll get onto a one shot or something like that. But soon we will be reviewing the Silver Surfer, the Herald Ordeal. And of course, we'll be having more things. In our usual episodes, our Do You Knows, and more characters will join the F list, and we'll have more comic news than we had today. Yeah. So, everyone, from me, Sonny Kruger, take care. I look forward to seeing you all soon. I'll have another different look next week. And now I will let my two buddies wrap this up.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are on all the socials. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us, your favorite social media platforms, or where you're watching us live stream right now. All you got to do is hit the like, share, follow, and subscribe. It definitely helps us out, and it allows us to bring more long-form content like this to you all the time. Also, don't forget, we've got a website that is thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Go ahead and get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. There are bios coming, a new upgrade to the website. It's going to be awesome, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it as much as we do behind the scenes getting it made. Keith's doing a wonderful job, and I can't wait to see more. Beyond that, my name is Tim. This guy over here is Jamie. Down below is the immortally impressive side Sonny Kruger. This is the Codex Podcast. We are the Codex Station, and I'll see you next time.
And ladies and gents, just as I always say, you never know what anyone's going through out there. So even making someone smile can change the course of their day or life. So always be kind and make sure you guys, if you guys enjoy the content we're providing for you, hit that like button, subscribe. We're at the end of the episode now. Go for it. We'll see you guys in the next one.